Muy buenas tardes a todos, estamos en el programa La Escena en Mundo X Radio. Mucho gusto, mi nombre es Susan Pulgarín, reportera de Mundo X Radio. Hoy estamos aquí con el famoso DJ Odilon. So, hi Odilon, how are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you.
It's really nice to stay here with you. From Mundo X Radio, we have some questions about your life, about your career, about the events you are going to have in the future, and obviously about your next event on February 3rd, I guess. So we are going to start. We know your name, your artistic name is Odilon, but people there want to know what is your real name.
My real name is Marcus, but when I come to South America, everyone calls me either Odilon, Odi, Odilongo, or Marcos.
It's okay. It's a really funny name. Odilon? Odilon. It's a really funny name. So, well, another question is, what inspired you to become a DJ?
I've always been passionate about music, and I grew up with electronic body music, with industrial music. I listened to Skinny Puppy, Frontline Assembly, Front 242 when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And I've always kept this love for music. And at some point, like 5 years ago, I thought I wanted to learn DJing, and then I've developed this into a passion and into something I do now on a regular basis.
It's okay, that's really great. But we have another question about that. Why the name Odilon?
There was a time in my life where I was very interested in symbolist art. There's one very famous artist who's called Odilon Redon, who is a French artist.
It's the same name.
The same first name, and I kind of kept this name in my mind when I thought about an artistic name. And then I asked my children about what else I could add, and they said, why don't you add grip? So you call it Odilon's Grip. And this is how my name came along.
For us, that's a great and a wonderful name. So this is so original, I guess. Another one is, what the style of the music you play, and why do you focus on it? Why?
I find it always difficult to answer this question, because people want to hear about a genre. They say, well, are you playing industrial techno? Are you playing EBM? And my answer is, I play the music that I like. So every single week, every single day, I listen through new music, and I'm choosing the music that I like, and then I'm combining the music that I think sounds great together.
Okay.
And this is how I develop my style. If people insist and ask about the genres I play, I would probably say I play industrial techno, but I play industrial techno in the mix with other types of music. For example, minimal synth or electronic body music. And by doing so, I make it something unique and different, and something which I really enjoy.
Okay, it's okay. Another one could be, okay, where did the idea of fusion industrial techno with electronic body music come from?
It is something that has developed over the years. I need to tell you the origins of my DJing were when I met someone called Rusty Egan. Rusty Egan used to be the drummer of Visage, and I met him in London. And then I worked with him on his radio show, and after 3 months of working with him on his radio show, he said, well, I don't want to do this radio show anymore. Can you do it? So within a week, I stepped into his role of creating a 2-hour radio show every single week. And I started by listening to lots of new music, and over the years I developed my style.
It's okay that. Well, for the future, do you have any future plans? I mean, for your music, for your playings?
Yeah, I'm trying, I'm planning to broaden what I do in terms of music. So I want to play more vinyls. So I started developing a record collection, which will take a bit of time, but I'm really excited about it. And I will also start making music. So in my sets today already, I'm using some more special effects units, but I also want to actually make music myself. Because I often find myself only playing a loop or two from a track, which is something which I really want to do myself.
That's great. Another one could be, what was your professional growth process like?
It was what I mentioned before. I learned I learned DJing at an academy in London. So I learned the skills, but it was actually then only at the point where I took over the radio show from Rusty that by listening to loads of new music every single week and starting to put a show together, that it really dragged me into mixing and using my DJing skills. And I did so during the pandemic, where I had more time. And after the pandemic, I then started playing live sets. And the very first live set I played was actually at Her in Berlin, which many people call the bathroom.
So you were in your house playing your...
Yeah.
It's okay. Talking about that, you have on YouTube a set list, I guess. So tell us about your set on YouTube.
So on YouTube,
I know the name is Die in the Disco, yeah?
So on YouTube, I have, I'd say, probably 4 sets. 2 of those are for Her in Berlin, the bathroom, which is a great experience. One was for Fate Radio in Athens, where I played in March last year. And then one was for Yummy Speeches, Die in the Disco. And it's a set which I actually created probably 2 years ago. And it took a while for Yummy to release it. But it is a very popular channel, obviously, so I'm really glad it's on there.
True, yeah. So tell me about Peru. Well, we know about your life, about your career, about your process, but tell me a little bit about Peru.
If I may, I would want to start with talking a bit about South America. So I'm London based, and I play in London and in Europe on a regular basis. And what surprised me, for my followers on Instagram, 80% of my followers are in South America.
Really?
So I definitely knew that I wanted to come to South America. And in South America, probably the biggest countries are Mexico, Peru, Argentina, and Brazil, and Chile.
Tell me about your projects in other countries. Like, for example, you were in Buenos Aires?
Yes, so I was just in Buenos Aires for 10 days. I had 2 weekends of gigs in Buenos Aires, really, really cool gigs. And I'm now in Lima for 2 weeks. But the first time I came to South America was with Yummy in August. And we went to Lima for a weekend, Buenos Aires for a weekend, and Santiago for a weekend. And then I understood why I have so many followers here, because I think there's much more of an underground electronic music scene than there is in Europe. And there are many more parties also being organized. So there's much more appetite for this type of music, which is different to the mainstream music.
Yeah. Are you planning to travel to another country to make more events like, for example, like the next event, Ritual?
Yes. So here in Lima, I definitely also find this underground scene. When I came last time, I played at Sadista, at Aquelarre, now at Ritual. And my next countries that I definitely want to go to are Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil.
Are you planning to travel to Colombia?
I will not on this trip, but I will want to come back later this year.
Oh, it's Okay, so another one. Oh, well, you know something about the event, about ritual, right? What do you know about this event?
Well, I've heard a bit about it, and what I heard about it is, I find really exciting because when I came last time, I played at Entrevista, I played at WIPME in Buenos Aires, and these are the types of events I want to be involved in, where people dress up.
So you feel you are going to feel comfortable with that event?
Yeah,
Is your style?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played at this event before, but I know what type of event it is, and I'm really excited about it because I know people will dress up, they will be excited about it, they come to dance and have a great party, and this is really special about also Lima
really
and
love
Peru.
that kind of scene.
Yes.
So, yeah. So for finally, what invitation can you make to the young population that another DJ, for example, another DJs, or for the rest of the people, like that? I mean, they have a reference, a person, for example, like you, as a reference. So what could be your message, your advice?
What would be my advice? My advice, I love listening to music from the 80s and 90s and music that I grew up with, but there's so much amazing new music being produced. I want to make sure that people hear about it and appreciate how much new music there is. So my recommendation would be, don't get stuck in the music that was released like 30, 40 years ago, but make sure you also listen to new music. And all of the music is great.
Yeah, that's true. Ok, como siempre en el programa tenemos la costumbre de decir Mundo X Radio y nuestros amigos responden. Okay, we used to say Mundo X Radio and you are going to say siente el verdadero sonido del mundo. So, Mundo X Radio.
Siente el verdadero sonido del mundo.
Muchas gracias. Oh, okay. We have something for you. This is a t-shirt with the Mundo X Radio's logo. So this is for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Are we still recording?
Thank you. This is a gift from the radio.